Do, 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 do. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brums here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1193. Why is it? Yes, it is 193. Just double checking. For some reason, I didn't think I had changed the day number on my little thing. And today is all about study, and more study. Yes, we have been studying hard today, but we did take a break to talk with a genealogy client and show them some of the stuff that we had discovered about her grandfather, which was really cool. Talked a little bit about her grandmother's side of the family as well. It was kind of cool, revealing some stuff to her and giving her access to a lot of the images that we have, and we still have more images to move for her, so she has access to all of the images that we were able to find on census reports and newspaper articles and photographs and certificates, being birth, deaths, marriage certificates, immigration reports, even her grandfather's entire military file. Yes, so that was kind of fun. And so study. Then I got to take another break and talk with a friend about a joint project that we're doing. And as usual, I learned a lot. And we had great fun. And we went off topic. That was awesome. Actually, it wasn't really off topic. It was still on top. We were talking about oils, essential oils and things. So we weren't really off topic. We're talking about how they're being used in different situations. So it was still on topic, but kind of off topic, especially for what we were there to do. But that was good. And then it was back to more study and everything else. But what I found amusing was they always put announcements out every morning. And that's one of the first things I go and check is the announcements when I get online. And the announcement today was that, a reminder that on Monday, there's pretty red sky outside. I'm not going to stop this to go take a picture. I only see a little small portion from where, because the awning's still out. Very pretty red sky tonight. Anyway, back on topic. And the announcement in there was, reminding us that our assessment is due Monday. And I'm like, yep, I'm on target to get everything completed, get the assessment done on Monday, all of that. And then the next comment she had in the announcements was, we have noticed that not very many of you have actually clicked on the assessment to see what's involved in it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I could have done that because the assessments are all open book anyway. So why wouldn't I go and look at the questions? She said, you can save the answers. But once you hit that submit and save, that's it. You can't change anything. But up until that, and I'm like, why have I not gone in and done that? Because it's all open book exams, assessments. So I figured. So I went in and had a look, wrote down the questions so that I could go back and look at them later. But that's part of tomorrow's plan to do that. But yeah, right now finishing up on sources, and then I'm going to look at what's the one after sources. The tools we use. Oh, that's going to be a good topic. And then our summary, our further reading, that sort of cool stuff. So I now have something in my eye. Zeph is wanting to go out. So if you hear any whining, it's her telling me to hurry up, get off here so we can go for our walk. Guess she wants to go look at the pretty sunset too. So it's been study. Last night, because I got all my study time was productive and I got everything done I needed to get done. We watched Thunderball, which I liked. Now, Thunderball is the one that Sean Connery made a few years later in the 80s as Never Say Never. And he couldn't use the same cue, so he had a different person as Q. And there's a few other couple of differences that showed that it wasn't part of the James Bond franchise. And it was that, and I totally, for some reason, I draw a blank on this scene, and I always think it's in a different movie. But at the end, with the speedboat thing, is really they speed up the film. It is hilarious. I know it's supposed to be a super spy movie and all of that sort of stuff, But this whole scene at the end where they speed up the film to speed up the speed of the speedboat. Yeah, that made sense, didn't it? And the speedboat going, and you can tell that they've sped up the film and everything else. It's absolutely hilarious. But then you got to remember, at the time, they had to make it look like it was going fast. They didn't have the computer technology that we have today. So given the tools that they had at the time, they did a pretty good job. And it's just, sometimes when you go back and you look at things that you used to love as a kid or love for years and all of that, and you see it as you see it now at the age you are now, rather than through the eyes of you were when you first saw it, you get a whole different perspective on things. Like I'm watching cartoons, like, I watched like Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry, and Bugs Bunny and all of those sort of ones. And I'm like, I used to like watching, and I'm sort of like, look, and I still laugh at some of them, and Roadrunner and, Wile E. Coyote getting himself squished all the time. How is it that he is never dead? Well, that's crap that happens to Wile E. Coyote and he still lives through it. It's like, seriously. So seeing the cartoon Roadrunner and then actually seeing the Roadrunners in real life was kind of like, oh, okay. They do look a little different. And actually having one run across the road in front of my car one time where I was driving back from Tombstone. And this was after I'd stopped at the mobile immigration station that they had and was driving on. And a few miles down the road, this bird goes and up off the hill. And I went, oh, that was a Roadrunner. I had seen pictures. That was one of the first time. I think that was the first time I'd seen it in real life. Actually, seen the actual bird in life. I'd seen it, in movies. I'd seen it, not movies, in the nature programs. That's brain fog. Hang on, I need some more spearmint. Ooh, this is such a good mix. I got spearmint in my diffuser tonight. Oh, it is so good. Zephy's really funny. I pull out some oil and she watches me. And if I put it near her, she'll either stay there and kind of sniff. And other times I go to put it near her and she just takes off. That was funny. I was testing her to see which oils she liked earlier. It was hilarious. But anyway, I got to see a Roadrunner run in front of my car. It made it up the other side safely. There was I had no time to take a picture of it or anything. No time to even pull over to the side of the road and take a picture of it. It was gone before it fully registered that, oh, that was a Roadrunner. But anyway, and I was looking at the cartoons and I'm sort of like, okay, I can see how I like these as a kid because they were funny as a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, we allow kids to watch this. Like, yeah, it just gave a very different perspective on. I mean, I still like my cartoons. Don't get me wrong, I still like my cartoons and things, but it really got me thinking on stuff that we used to watch as a kid that was funny and was acceptable, and today it's not. Or not as much as it used to be. And there's more violent cartoons out there now than there used to be. And I'm sort of like, But then, hey, reading newspapers, you find out that they were just nothing but gossip columns. They had a lot of gossip stuff in there. In fact, I was reading one today about a wedding that took place. And I was trying to figure out if the person mentioned in the article was the person I was looking for. And that fitted into a family tree. And it had all the details in there. Like, these are the brothers, these are the sisters. They're going on. This is where the couple is going for their honeymoon. And this was in 1972, I think it was. 1972. Yeah, 1970 or 1972. And I was sort of like, so they even put where they were going for their honeymoon. They were having their wedding. This is their wedding. This is their wedding party. This is what she was wearing. This is what he was wearing. Here's the list of here's his best man. Here's his groomsmen. And this guy was listed as a groomsman. So I don't know if it was part of the tree or not, but I'm pretty sure it is because of the last name. That's just deductive reasoning on that one. And then where they were going to be living when they got home. 1970, 1972, this was in the newspaper. They're going on their honeymoon they were going to Miami in the Bahamas for their honeymoon. And then when they got back, they were going to be living, and it had their address listed. And I was sort of like, wow, great way to inform people of what houses are empty that have got brand new gifts in them. And they're going to be away. And you've just told them where they're going and how long they're going to be gone for. Wow. Hope I got somebody staying at that house. But it was just one of those things that was interesting to see and read about and all that sort of thing. And just in the newspapers and stuff. But anyway, what we're talking about, Thunderball. So yes, so Thunderball. I always like that movie. It's not my one of my favorites. It's not one of my top favorites. I mean, I love all my James Bond movies. There's none that I really have that's like, if somebody says, oh, do you want to watch this movie? I was like, yeah, no. If it's James Bond, I'm there. Simple as that. Sorry. But I do have an order that I do prefer to watch. If I've got a choice of which James Bond to watch, I have my preferences. Thunderball is not in my top list. It's in the middle list. Actually, I really don't have a bottom list. So you're either in the top list or you're not. So it's not in the top. Anyway, so tonight we will watch. So it was good to watch that. And especially that speedboat chase thing at the end. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. But then you do have to remember what technology they had around in 1965 when that movie came out in 1965. So you have to remember what technology they had around at the time where they needed to be able to show that this boat was speeding super fast. It was like in turbocharge. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Tonight we're watching You Only Live Twice. And in the description, I have some questions for you. I would like to know, have you seen the movie You Only Live Twice? This one's again with Sean Connery. This is the last one that he does before he has a movie break, and they have George Lazenby come in to do on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and then he comes back for Diamonds Are Forever. Yeah, that is the right order, isn't it? There's times I question myself. Yeah, so You Only Live Twice is the last Sean Connery movie in this run. So he does the first 5. Then film number 6 is Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is the only one that George Lazenby ever did. And then they got Sean Connery back to do Diamonds Are Forever. And then movie number 8 was Live and Let Die, which is the very first Roger Moore James Bond movie. Just to give you a little context. So I like You Only Live Twice. I like this movie. It's got secret places. If you've heard me, hear me talk about secret rooms and passages and all that sort of stuff. And this has a secret in a mountain. Yeah, there's a secret in a mountain. So have you ever seen the movie You Only Live Twice? Do you have any favorite scenes? What are your favorite gadgets? And who is, for the bonus question, this is the bonus question, who is little Nellie? Do you know who little Nellie is? Anyway, I'm out of here. I got a puppy that needs to go walking. Hope you've all had a super fantastic sparkling day, and I will catch you guys tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific, where I hope to have completed all my study stuff and be ready to take the assessment on Monday and get that posted. I'm probably going to do the assessment tomorrow on paper and just let it sit overnight and then go back to it Monday morning. My little study window I have on Monday mornings, and see if I need to make any tweaks or changes to it, just to double check the answers before I hit that submit button. And I may even let it sit for the day and do it at the end of the day after I finish working and go back and check it a third time before I finally hit that submit. I have until midnight Eastern time on Monday to do it. So anyway, puppy is whining. She wants out. She wants to go see. Oh, it's got grays and pinks now. It's okay, Zeph. Come here. She's sitting there. We've had the doors and windows open all day. It was fabulous. It was like 46 degrees when we went for a walk this morning. It was beautiful. It was so good. Such a good walk this morning. Anyway, we're going to go have our evening stroll, then come back, have dinner, and then sit down and watch You Only Live Twice. Have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konara.